Welcome to SmartPath SG, where every student can learn, grow, and succeed. Welcome. Today we cover all 3 data interpretation chart types tested in PSLE Mathematics: pie charts, bar graphs, and tables. We will conclude with 5 practice questions across both paper styles. We begin with pie charts, the most formula-heavy chart type. Mastering the angle fraction percentage relationship is key to handling any pie chart question. A pie chart is a circle split into sectors. Every sector's angle tells you what fraction of the whole that category is. The key idea is that 360 degrees equals 100%. Angle and percentage are just 2 ways to express the same fraction of the whole. Use these conversion formulas to move between angle, percentage, and value. This example shows the most fundamental skill of reading a pie chart, from an angle to an actual value. Given a total of 72 students, we want to find how many cycle or run to school. Remember the 2 steps. Angle divided by 360 equals a fraction, and the fraction multiplied by the total equals the value. Now compare your calculations with the solutions shown here. Did you get both questions right? A very useful habit for calculations is simplifying the fraction before multiplying. For example, 90 degrees out of 360 degrees simplifies to 1/4. This makes mental math much easier. Sometimes pie charts are labeled with percentages. The method is the same. Remember, 100% equals 360 degrees. This example asks how much money is spent on food and the angle representing transport. Pause the video and try to solve yourself before seeing the solution. To solve, convert the percentage to a fraction out of 100 before multiplying by the total value. It is helpful to develop intuition for common fractions, percentages, and angles, such as those shown in the table. Next, we look at reverse operations, finding the total when given the value of one sector and its proportion. This example asks us to find the total number of students if 48 students wear glasses, represented by 72 degrees. Pause the video and give it a try first. The reverse formula is total equals value divided by the proportion. Finding the fraction first, 1/5, is usually the faster method. Many students find the true, false, or not possible to tell question type tricky. The key concept to grasp here is that pie charts show proportions only, not actual quantities. You cannot compare absolute counts between charts unless both totals are known. Remember that a bigger slice does not mean a bigger count unless you know both totals. You can only compare actual values across charts if the total is given or derivable. Moving on to bar graphs, these are generally more straightforward. PSLE often tests 2 specific variations: the missing bar and matching different chart types. Accurate reading requires checking 3 things: the axis label, the scale unit, and the bar top alignment. Drill yourself to state the scale unit before reading any value to avoid errors. Pause the video and try to answer the questions yourself first. For this example, remember the unit conversion. 1 unit equals 100 steps. Monday is 80 units, or 8,000 steps. The difference between Wednesday and Tuesday is 20 units, or 2,000 steps. This example is a PSLE favorite question type, finding the value of a missing bar. In this example, shop C is not drawn. We are given the combined total of shops A, B, and D, and a relationship between this total and shop C. Pause the video and give it a try yourself first. To find the missing bar, you must read all drawn bars and note their values. Use these values to calculate the total of A, B, and D. Finally, apply the clue to determine the value of C. Always verify that your answer satisfies the initial condition. Did you get it right? A common multiple-choice question is matching data presented in a pie chart to its corresponding bar graph. This tests the core idea of relative proportions. The key is matching the rank order. Rank the pie chart sectors from largest to smallest angle, and then find the bar graph where the heights match this order. Exact calculations are usually unnecessary. Our final topic is data tables, which often appear in real-world contexts like ticket prices or parking charges. The critical skills are reading structured data and handling multiple conditions. For structured tables, read every heading first to find the right row and the right column. This problem involves calculating the postage for 2 separate letters based on weight and destination. The solution involves careful handling of the every additional chunk rule. For Malaysia's 35 grams, after the first 20 grams, the remaining 15 grams must be rounded up to 2 10-gram chunks. The rule or less means you must round up partial chunks. This is the most tested concept in table questions. Another table type involves multiple conditions, such as ticket prices varying by age and day of the week. In this example, we need to find the total cost for a family visiting on a Saturday. Underlining the relevant conditions, in this case, Saturday and the family composition, helps ensure you select the correct prices for each category. By isolating the correct column, Saturday, and applying the rates to the number of people in each age category, you should get the total cost of $81. Now that we have covered all 3 data graph types, we will practice with 5 questions covering Paper 1 MCQ and Paper 2 short answer styles. Practice question 1 is a pie chart to bar graph matching question. Pause the video and determine which bar graph statement is true based on the information in the pie chart. To solve, rank the pie chart sectors by angle. Wednesday, Monday, Thursday, then Tuesday and Friday are equal. Option 2 matches this ranking exactly. We didn't need to calculate any exact values. Practice question 2 is using a parking rate table with multiple conditions to find out Mr. Tan's parking fee on a Wednesday. Pause the video and give it a try first. First, identify the correct column to read data from. Since it's a Wednesday, read from the weekday column. When calculating total fee, remember to round up partial chunks as emphasized in an earlier example. In this case, Mr. Tan pays $1.50 for the first hour, and the remaining 1 hour 45 minutes should count as 4 30-minute chunks, therefore costs $2.40. Finally, add these 2 components together and get total parking fee of $3.90. Practice question 3 is the PSLE favorite type for bar graph, finding the value of a missing bar. In this example, read carefully, actually 2 bars are not drawn. We are given the combined total books borrowed by all 5 classes, books borrowed by 3 of the 5 class, plus a relationship between the 2 missing bars. Pause the video and give it a try yourself first. To solve, first identify all the known numbers, number of books borrowed by P6A, P6B, and P6D, plus total number of books borrowed by all 5 classes. Next, find out what we know about the unknown, which is 2 relationships. One is the sum of the 2 missing bars, equals to total books borrowed minus books borrowed by the other 3 classes. The other is that P6E borrowed 15 fewer books than P6C did. Finally, using these 2 known relationships, we can solve for books borrowed by P6C. Practice question 4 requires you to classify statements as true, false, or not possible to tell based on 2 pie charts. Pause the video and give it a try first. Statement A is false because angles are equal. B is not possible to tell because the totals are unknown. Remember, you can only compare actual values across charts if their totals are given or derivable. C is false because Plain's angle is less than 90 degrees. D is true because Blueberry's angle is larger than Plain's angle in the same chart. Practice question 5 is a multi-step pie chart problem. Given 480 students and the angles for passed, failed, and absent, solve for the percentage passed, the number who failed, and the difference between passed and absent students. Pause the video and try it yourself first. Did you get all 3 questions right? Note that failed and absent have the same angle in the pie chart, which means same number of students in each category. Spotting this could save you a step in the last question. Here's your recap of 10 key rules for data interpretation from today. Pause the video now and see how well you've internalized each of the 10 rules. That's data interpretation for all 3 graph types covered. Visit smartpathsg.com for more PSLE practice. Thanks for watching. Head over to smartpathsg.com to play our free PSLE practice game or join our community for more tips and resources. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week.